I have created a tool for collecting data on tracking teachers' time. Let me show you how this is set up. First of all, this category here would be for the subject. So if we talk about math, the next would be the strategy. So this would be teacher instruction. And then we want to start the time. So to start the time, you push Control, Shift, and colon. That'll start the exact time. If you forget that, it's right here in red. Track time, it's Control, Shift, and colon. While that's going, then you can put, was the objective stated, yes or no. Click on the drop-down arrow. It will give you that option. Well, yes, it was. Saxon, was this Saxon? No. If you could fill that in every time. I know that math is not Saxon, but if you just fill it in, that would be great. Type of instruction, is it I do, we do, you do, transition, or break? This is I do. Type of reading, class, teacher, self, partner read, or instruction and modeling. Now, I would say that if they're in math and they're doing story problems, this might fit into one of these. Hopefully, the first couple, they're doing instruction and modeling, but you can see how that might fit in there. And then reading instruction, was there instruction happening, yes or no? The important part that you need to fill in is Saxon, yes or no. It'll just help calculate the formula. And then the rest of the things you can fill in as you need to. So now, let's say that they finished. This is how I would do it. So I filled it in. There was no reading instruction because the teacher was just writing on the board. Then what happened was they finished. So I click on here, Control, Shift, colon, and they started. They needed to get out their whiteboard. So I start the time, and then that gives me the time. Now I can just do get out whiteboards. Oops. Whiteboards. There was no lesson objective. This was not Saxon. Type of instruction. This was a transition. There was no reading or anything. And then as soon as 80% are engaged, it could be higher, but I shoot for 80%. I track the time and I stop it. And then I start the next one. And so this one, they are doing group work. And was the objective stated? This could be what they want them to know from that section, but you don't have to fill that in. And then this is not Saxon, so you push no. Type of instruction, this would be a we do. Type of reading, maybe they're doing story problems, and so you put, well, the teacher has them partner up, so they're doing partner read. And then, was there any instruction given? No. When this is done, then you Control, Shift, colon, and it says that this was happening for this amount of time, which is 46 seconds. So up here, we have the minutes and the seconds. Then, when you are all done, and you don't have to worry about this while you're tracking it, but over here it'll say, how much time was spent on the I do? Well, there was 1 minute and 39 seconds. On the we do, 46 seconds. On the you do, 0. Transition was 35 seconds, and then a break. I put break in there because some teachers in the morning would do like, oh, let's get our wiggles out. And so let's stand up and wiggle around. So I'd count that as a break, and that would be under type of instruction. So you can do a break. And then the other thing it'll do is it'll calculate reading instruction without Saxon. This is why you need to type yes or no in Saxon. They did 46 seconds. And reading instruction with Saxon. So the other thing that you need to do, so the last thing you need to do is, after you have tracked all of your data, then you need to, or before, then we need to rename it. And I think the best thing we want to do is this a hi teacher meaning there was
Yeah,
growth,
Diana, will you come?
or was it not a high teacher, meaning that they were stagnant in their growth. And then just along the bottom will be all of the different ones. I don't think we need to label them by school or by teacher, but we just want to know, was this one of the high ones or the low ones? So then when we compile all of our data from over on this side, then we'll be able to see what some trends are for high teachers and what some trends are for low teachers.